Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but I still feel like playing, so let's record another episode of Heroes Chronicles Warlords of the Wastelands. With me, your host, Serpentstare. It is now the month of the Ant. All dwellings increase population. So, we can, I was reluctant to build a fort here, so we don't really have these unit-producing buildings. However, I will build the Hall of Valhalla, which immediately applies to Tarnum, and will make him stronger for the battles to come. And I will gather together some goblins and some wolf riders, and bring them with me back to Battlement, where nothing really needs to be improved, except the units. Fantastic segue! And I will run myself out of gold in the process. Okay. Gundula, where are you? You're over there. Wonderful. Heading back this way. Tarnum over here. Okay, if I want to take this route up there... I can stop here to improve your speed, but only by so much. 8. Anything else with a slower speed than that? Okay. And I'm heading this way, but I can hold your units for a minute, guys. A feral-looking man is brought before you. He looks like he's been hiding in the wild for a long time, and he hasn't been eating well either, as his protruding ribs indicate. The soldier who brought in the man said he was lurking just outside the camp. Who are you? You ask. I am a bard, my king. I'm not a king. Not from what I hear, but word is you will protect us bards from the law of the wizard kings in exchange for our stories. You heard right, you say, barely able to sit still. So, the old bard who died in your arms wasn't the last one. Your people's history is not lost. This would make a fantastic D&D campaign, really. Okay, Gundula, come up here and grab this. Come back down this way. Tarnum, give back the powerful units. I guess those are the only ones I really want to consider powerful. Yep, the other ones are all unupgraded. And then Tarnum will continue on this way to get himself his upgrades. And Gundula was going to rest in this town anyway and could easily have sold them here. Well, these things happen. Ballista Yard, Mess Hall, Resource Silo, Citadel. I don't want to spend money on any of those. Maybe the Orc Tower. What do I need for the Ogre Fort? Nothing now. Why do I keep checking to see if there's more to upgrade here when I know there isn't? Maybe it's because I'm looking for the castle, and I mistakenly think that the town hall is the castle. Because I'm blind. I don't have enough money now to up... I have 15 gold. Yes. Okay, now because Gundula rested in the... Apparently that doesn't count. Apparently it has to actually be at a mage guild. Well, fine. I won't spend my gold recruiting here. I will spend my gold recruiting where I'm going. It makes sense. It does. Still can't upgrade you. The only thing here that I have to upgrade. Yes, the rest are all upgraded. Tarnum will become even more aggressive because that's what he's good at, and if your foes cannot harm you if they are already dead. And apparently I can't really do anything about that, but I can come over here and attack the Cyclops Kings. Wish me luck. 18 critters more powerful at base damage than Thunderbirds. With high speed. Now, one of the things that is always a good idea to do if possible is to close with ranged units as quickly as you can. I have Forgetfulness, right? Yes, I do, but I don't have enough mana to cast it. Alright. Then I'm just gonna have to settle on a defensive spell. Like Stone Skin. Because ranged units not only do reduced damage if there is an obstacle in their way, but also if they are forced to fight in melee. There may be some exceptions to this. See, and now this guy, instead of actually fighting me in melee, he chose to back off so that he could get a better shot next time. That is how much he doesn't want to face me in melee. Just take out 19 of my goblins there, but I would much rather that than actually losing my Thunderbirds. And I will now make them more dangerous. While I'm at it, make my goblins more dangerous in case they ever come into play. And move them up so that they might. If you're gonna pick them off anyway. Now this engages both of those in melee, and they have to engage the goblins in melee now. Oh well. Advanced archery, yay, that's important. Monolith two-way. Alright, so that's the gate that will enable me to go down here and actually invade the enemy kingdom, and that is a stack of behemoths. Cyclops are the second highest tier unit of the barbarian camp. Behemoths are the highest. They're slow. They're insanely powerful. They're melee only. They're insanely powerful. They have great big long claws you can kind of see on that sprite, and when they move it looks like they're actually like plowing the ground with them. It's kind of interesting. Where's Tarnum? Tarnum is there, ending my turn. As you remove your armor after a long march, a shade jumps from the darkness, swinging a gleaming blade. You dodge and club the assassin to the ground with your bare fists. Later, when your troops drag the thug away, you say, "Assassin! Rabak has learned the ways of the Wizard King too well. Now I know I'm on the right path." I suppose one of the advantages of playing slowly is that I'm fairly confident I'm not gonna miss any of those just by... well... I'm fairly confident I'm not going to miss any of those dialogue boxes. The ones that are dependent on the date. Alright. Now that my finances are actually keeping up, I might actually want to build these upgrades. This one needs the barracks first. So that next week, I can just recruit the orcs and the goblins and the wolf raiders here, instead of frigging around for the whole week getting them from battlement. Sounds like a plan. Oh boy. Okay, is there anything else? Is there anything else to do here while I'm still on this section of the map? No, it looks like this area has been well and truly cleared out. But I can't build a mage tower for you to stop and rest at. Maybe there's a well over here somewhere that I just can't see. Orc towers are like the goblin barracks up here, except that since the orcs are not tier 1 critters, you do have to pay them to join you. An ornate arch stands before you, sparkling with magic. You've heard the Wizard Kings sometimes use these to travel great distances in a single step. Although you distrust magic, a little light show isn't going to frighten you from your path. And I'll have Gundula rest here, because that means she's blocking in case a hero should somehow defeat the behemoths and come through. I don't think that's going to happen on the first scenario of the campaign. But it's, you know, it's tactically sound. Not enough room in the garrison. I'm sure there is. Oh, it's because I need to upgrade some of these things in order for them to be able to stack properly. Okay, wolf raiders with wolf raiders. Hobgoblins with hobgoblins. And now I have... Freelance Guild. Only visiting heroes may... Freelance Guild. Thank you. Alright, so I could actually buy some of these types of resources with the rogues. I could get crystal, for instance, but I don't feel the need to. I'll just sell them for about 1,000 gold. Looks good to me. There we go. Switch between the two. And here, actually, this is a thing. Because I don't really feel the need to build up much more in these two strongholds, I could just start selling most of my resources. Not all of them, I still want some, but this will give me a nice amount of gold. I think I want to keep 20 of each of these that I have, the advanced resources, not the wood and the ore, just in case I get the chance to build up a mage's guild over there. I don't really think I will, but if I get the chance to, I don't want to squander it. So 45 of these, and 7 of these. Buy me a lot more money. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but it builds up. The more marketplaces you have, incidentally, the better your prices will be. So building that second one got me more gold there. If you do ever sell your resources, having built up the marketplaces for 500 gold each will end up being profitable. The more markets you have, the better a deal you'll get, although you always trade at a slight loss, because the merchants have to make some money. Okay, so that's actually this place cleared out for now. I did hit this place on the way up, didn't I? Well, if I didn't, I'm not going to waste my time. Or maybe I should have done. Oh well. Anyone else to recruit here? Some ogres. I want to have a stack of ogres. Don't know what I'll really use them for, but they might be useful. And recruit these guys as orc chieftains. And come back and get them. Now I'm being all somber and serious because I'm about to have a mighty showdown. Now, I'm sure there's not actually very many of those behemoths, but there don't have to be. They're really strong. Okay, you're well equipped, you've got lots of things with you. Here are some more Thunderbirds to replace the ones that died last time. Here are a whole bunch of hobgoblins. Let me keep one to run around with. Here are even more ogre magi, and wolf raiders, and 98 orc chieftains. That's something. You know what? I'll have the ogres. You have the hobgoblin. Sounds fair. Boots of speed. Take those. Alright. Tarnum, have you been here since this was built? Yes, you have. Okay. Now that I'm completely rolling in loot, I really have no further need for it. You see, earlier, I was overbalanced in the direction of creatures, and now I'm overbalanced in the direction of gold without enough to spend it on. It's time to take on the behemoth. There are 8 of them. They look huge. They have kind of camel humps on their backs. They have 160 health, and one of these could take down one of my Thunderbirds in almost a single hit. Or possibly in a single hit, depending on difference between attack and defense. I'm gonna wait for a while. Well, we are on advantageous terrain. I'm gonna wait for a while, and then I'm apparently gonna snipe them to death. Alright. Okay, so I may have forgotten exactly how powerful just having huge stacks of units is. Or maybe I'm overestimating the power of large creatures compared to large armies of small ones. I lost an ogre mage, but that was a reasonable price to pay. Hand-to-hand damage. Okay, so archery affects range, and offense only affects hand-to-hand. But that's okay. Apparently I can't get to that from this side. I can, however, get to this sulfur dune over here. There's a corpse, which I haven't visited, but you can rest assured the enemy has. That sometimes has loot on it, but in this case it does not. I will have Tarnum come over here, and wait for next week for that to replenish. Over the past few days, also, by the way, that was a hero just moving completely past me, but I'll go through that portal and go get him. Over the past few days, 3 more bards have come out of hiding, but they bring sad news. They are the last. You shudder to think how close your people came to losing their history that is locked within the minds of these 4 men. If not for their courage and determination to keep the old ways alive, you realize the barbarians would have become simply the lapdogs of the wizard kings. You immediately order each bard to take 2 apprentices, so that their knowledge will not be lost if they should die. And teach them quickly, you say, for next year you shall take 2 more apprentices, and so on, bardic tradition being revived. The sulfur dune is nice, but getting this guy out of my friggin' land is much more important. He only has a few goblins with him. I can take care of him quickly. He only has 1 goblin with him. So he just thought he could come in there and snipe my castle or something. He can't. 505 experience for flying over and killing 1 goblin. And an amulet. That's appreciable. Alright. Automatically go through to the other side. Wearing this item renders your units immune to the Forgetfulness spell. There are several items which will simply give you an immunity to a potential spell that could be used against you. I don't find that they're terribly useful unless it's a spell that you expect to have used against you, and that is particularly devastating. You come upon the remains of an unfortunate adventurer. Searching through the scattered bones, you find nothing. I could do the same thing with the warrior's tomb over here, but that's considered dishonorable, so I won't. These lands belong to Rabak and his clan. By barbarian standards, they are rich in resources. Some say because Rabak is such good friends with the wizards. Well, of course. And we're just waiting here for the next week to start. Upgrade the wolf. Actually, no. Build the citadel. for more critters. And then save the game again, and continue on to the next part, where we might actually be able to finish this if I move quickly, because look, the castle's right there. It's not that far away. There's a learning stone, too. I will take another look around to see if there's any extra skill points I can pick up for the future of the campaign. 2 learning stones. What the heck? Well, apparently this land is magically rich as well. If you want to continue with the story of Heroes Chronicles, Warlords of the Wastelands, come see me then.